There are early mornings, when the sunlight touches your misty face in the mirror, you suddenly see something that is no longer the same. The hair that used to be smooth and bouncy now seems tired. It lies still on your shoulder, lacking vitality, as if reflecting something deeper than just appearance. Time passes, our bodies change, and so does our hair. There are days when you try tilting your head to the left, brushing your hair to the right, trying all kinds of styles to hold on to a familiar feeling, the feeling that this hair used to make you feel confident and radiant. But now, you wonder, have I lost something? It's not youth. It's the feeling of connection with yourself. With the person who used to be radiant, who confidently walked out without hesitating to look back in the mirror one last time. Each strand of hair then seems to beckon the eye, as if it is telling your own story, about your temperament, your beauty, and your unpretentious independence. But then, society has its own implicit assumptions. That women over 50 should settle down with short, neatly cut hair. That gray hair must be dyed, thin hair must be curled to hide your age. However, those rules have never really brought the feeling of being yourself. The truth is, there is no age that forces you to give up your charm. No number can hide the radiant eyes and temperament of an experienced woman. And most importantly, no one, except you, has the right to decide what story that hair will tell. So, on this journey, we will explore together the magic that a suitable hairstyle can bring, not to become someone else, but to return to the most radiant version of yourself. Let your hair be more than just a covering, it should be a mirror that reflects your vitality, style, and pride as an adult. The right haircut may not make you look 20 years younger, but it will definitely make you look in the mirror and smile, this is the real me. 1. Layered bob hair, when simplicity makes eternal beauty. There are beauties that never go out of style, just like the way a simple black dress always makes a woman elegant, or a light perfume can still leave an impression all day long. And just like that, the soft layered bob hairstyle is always on the list of choices that you will never regret. Especially after the age of 50, when beauty is no longer in brilliance, but in depth, temperament, and sophistication. A woman's hair is not simply something to cover her head. It is a curtain of time, a memory associated with many milestones in life. Being a mother, being a wife, being yourself. And when the hair starts to thin, become brittle, or lose its original shape, that's when we need a redesign, not only for the hair, but also for the way we look at ourselves in the mirror every morning. Layered bob, the voice of youth and freedom. You don't need to change too much to stand out. In a world of elaborate hairstyles, complex curls or bright dyes, the layered bob is like a warm, gentle note that never fades. It is this simplicity that makes it a secret weapon for women over 50 who want to regain a youthful appearance without trying too hard. Layered bob is a moderately short haircut, usually chin length or shoulder length, cut into many soft layers. These layers are cleverly arranged to create volume and natural movement without the need for a blow dryer, round brush, or styling gel every day. When the hair is cut in layers like this, you will see your face brighten up. In particular, the layers of hair that gently hug the cheekbones or jawbone will create a lifting effect on the face, like a mini facelift, without the need for surgery. Every rough detail or trace of time on the face is cleverly hidden, not by makeup, but by the delicate arrangement of each strand of hair. Why is the layered bob a rejuvenating elixir? First of all, let's talk about the biggest problem for women after 50, thin hair, lack of vitality, and loss of elasticity. Over time, hair follicles weaken, hormonal changes cause hair to thin, no longer naturally bouncy as before. Hairstyles that are too heavy, thick, or too long only make the condition more obvious. The layered bob overcomes that thanks to its layered texture. Each layer of hair is light, arranged to create the feeling of thicker hair, with movement and not sticking to the head. Even if you don't blow dry, just brush lightly or shake with your hands, the hair still retains its natural volume. Second, the layered bob brings neatness without being boring. It makes it much easier to take care of than long hairstyles. When you wake up in the morning, you just need to spray a little water, gently stroke it with your hand, and you can confidently step out of the house. Not fussy, not time-consuming, but still elegant and modern. Third, this hairstyle is extremely easy to coordinate with modern details such as light highlights, side bangs, or thin bangs. Just a little highlight is enough to make you feel a few years younger, but it is a youthful and dignified style, not trying to hold on. Who is the layered bob for? The answer is, almost all faces and hair types. If you have a round face, choose a chin-length bob with longer layers in the front. It will help lengthen the face, creating a slimmer feeling. With a square or angular face, you should choose a bob with a slightly curled layer hugging the cheeks, to soften the lines. If you are lucky enough to have an oval face, almost any bob will flatter your proportions. You just need to choose a length that suits your height and personal style. In particular, if your hair is thin, weak, or brittle, a layered bob will be your savior. Because when your hair is shorter, the weight of the hair is reduced, helping the roots to be less pulled down, thereby creating natural volume without the need for chemical intervention. A few tips to help you shine with a layered bob. Use mousse to create volume at the roots before lightly blow drying, to keep your hair full of life. Add side-swept bangs or wispy bangs if you want to cover a high forehead or some gentle wrinkles. Warm highlights like caramel, cool brown, or chestnut blonde to create depth and light for your hair. Don't let your bob be too flat or too thick. Ask your stylist to soften the end so that your hair doesn't look heavy. When beauty begins with ease. Not everyone needs a drastic makeover to feel refreshed. Sometimes, a small change, like a layered bob, is the key to awakening a dormant temperament. It reminds you that you don't need to chase after youth, but just live true to your own mature beauty. This hairstyle doesn't scream for attention. It whispers subtly that you know who you are, and you don't need to prove it to anyone. And once you step out onto the street, head held high, hair gently blowing in the wind, someone will turn to look, not because you stand out, but because you exude something very real, very unique, very beautiful. 2. Pixie with side bangs, a powerful jump of confidence. There are times in a woman's life when she stops looking for external approval and starts listening to her inner voice. That's when she realizes that hair is not just a form, but a way to affirm her personality, independence, and unmistakable temperament. And no hairstyle conveys that more clearly than the side-swept pixie, a short hairstyle that is bold but still soft and strangely feminine. The pixie is not the choice for those who are hesitant to change. It is a declaration of maturity, of the spirit, I know who I am, and I am not afraid to show it. With the bangs cut gently sideways, hugging the forehead and falling to one side of the face, the pixie is not as stiff or masculine as many people think. On the contrary, it contains a softness that is intentional, like a strong woman who still knows how to smile gently at herself. A gentle personality statement. In the age of 50 and above, women are often put into stereotypes. Hair should be neat, should be simple, should be safe. But if you ever feel like you have done too many things right in life, sacrifice, compromise, stability, then maybe it is time to try something a little daring, like a pixie haircut. Don't think that short hair will make you look stiff or unfeminine. In fact, pixie highlights the delicate lines of the face, highlighting the eyes and smile, where beauty is most lasting. The side-swept bangs are the detail that makes this hairstyle more attractive, helping to soften the forehead, soften the sharp features, and most importantly, create the feeling of a clearly lifted face. Pixie doesn't require much blow-drying, curling or styling. It's a true wash-and-go hairstyle, but still full of life. A light stroke with your hands, a little bit of wax to create volume at the top of your head, and that's enough for you to confidently walk down the street, go to work, or even appear at a fancy party without worrying about whether you're in style or not. Why does pixie make you look surprisingly youthful? Because it creates emphasis where it's needed, the top of your head and your eyes. When the hair is cut short at the back, keeping the bangs and the sides of your ears long, all the attention will be on your eyes and cheekbones, two places that have remained attractive over the years. Women over 50 often have thin hair, especially at the top of their heads or at their temples. With Pixie, you can ask your stylist to create light layers at the top of your head to add volume, combined with mousse or light wax to hold the style. This makes hair look thicker and healthier, even without the need for harsh chemicals or styling products. Another lovely point of Pixie is that it goes well with gray or salt and pepper hair. If you are in the process of transitioning from dyed hair to natural hair, Pixie is the ideal companion. Salt and pepper hair color combined with a neat, modern cut will bring a luxurious, calm, yet energetic temperament. Who should try this side-swept pixie? Side-swept pixie is suitable for many face shapes, just a little tweaking and you can create the perfect balance. Oval or long face, suitable for pixie with volume on top and long bangs that slightly touch the eyes, creating a mysterious charm. Round face, should choose pixie with long bangs to one side, keeping a little length at the temples to slim the face. Angular faces, let the bangs gently hug the forehead and cheekbones, combine with soft layers to neutralize the hard lines. And if you wear glasses? Pixie is the ideal hairstyle. It clearly shows the forehead and cheekbones, so the glasses will be a fashion highlight instead of obscuring the lines. Pixie is especially suitable for women with thin, sparse or greasy hair. Because it does not require much styling, you can keep your hair light, airy scalp, limit breakage, and much easier to care for than long or curly hair. A little tip to keep your pixie always stand out. Use light wax or texturizing spray to create a slight mess on the top of the head, giving the hair natural volume without being greasy. Trim it every 4 to 6 weeks to keep the shape. Short pixies can easily lose shape if left too long. No need to dye it black or too dark brown. Try lighter tones like cool brown, silver gray, or even natural salt and pepper hair. Keep your makeup light and choose bold earrings, because Pixie helps to reveal the neck and face. A good pair of earrings can elevate the whole look a lot. Pixie is not just hair, but a rebirth. You may have thought this hairstyle was too bold. But sometimes, it is the boldness that helps us shed our old shell, not to become someone else, but to return to the person who once longed to be free, to try, to live for ourselves. Pixie does not require you to be like anyone else. It just requires you to be brave enough to look straight into the mirror and nod to yourself. And then you will see, the change does not start with the hair, but starts with the eyes that see you fresh, strong and full of life like a late spring still bursting with bright sunshine. 3. Shoulder-length shag, gentle freedom carrying youthful energy. In the journey of self-renewal after the age of 50, there are choices that surprise you because of their strangely suitable, not because they are too outstanding, nor because they are too unconventional, but because they are just right. Just enough to make you feel fresher, but still yourself. Just enough for your hair to carry a bit of personality, but not overshadow the inherent gentleness. And the shoulder-length shag hairstyle is the embodiment of that fit, a gentle breeze but enough to stir up the spirit and appearance of a mature woman. Shag, the name sounds strange, but in fact it is a very real hairstyle. Not too neat, not requiring perfection in every strand, shag has an improvisational quality like the years we have gone through, natural, unforced, and rich in experience. When freedom starts with your hair. The special thing about the shoulder-length shag is that it doesn't try to shape you into any stereotype. On the contrary, it gives you the space to express yourself in the most flexible way. Today you can let your hair down, tomorrow you can tie it up high with a few strands of hair loose and spontaneous. And each way you wear your hair brings a new feeling, as if every day is a new chapter in your story. With a shoulder length, not too short or too long, the shag is the perfect choice for those who want to change but don't want to cut off the hair they have been attached to for many years. It creates a soft transition between old and new, between safe and unconventional. Why does the shag make you look fresher? Firstly, the shag uses a natural layered structure, giving the feeling of thicker and more vibrant hair, especially ideal for thin hair or hair that has weakened due to age. The layers are cut asymmetrically, but very intentionally, giving the hair depth, movement and staying fresh even when you don't style it at all. Second, this hairstyle hugs the face in an extremely comfortable way. It helps soften the angles, hides the slight sagging skin at the jaw or neck, and at the same time creates a subtle contour to the cheekbones. Instead of showing off clear lines, which sometimes make you worry about aging, the shag gently hides flaws and focuses the look on the radiance in the eyes and smile. Third, the controlled messiness of the shag creates a lazy but beautiful feeling. You don't need to stand in front of the mirror for 30 minutes every morning to style. Just spray on a layer of texturizing spray, scrunch it with your hands, and you're done. The hair looks extremely natural but still has a purpose, like the confident demeanor of a woman who has passed her midlife. No need to be fussy, still radiant. Who should try this hairstyle? Thin, flat hair, shag was born to blow up lifeless hair. The layered and uneven structure helps create the effect of double thick hair. Long, oval or heart-shaped face, the layers of hair around the face help shorten the length of the face, while balancing a wide forehead or pointed chin. People with a dynamic style, like nature, if you don't like to have to blow dry or groom elaborately, shag will help you always look beautiful without having to try. Even if you wear glasses, shag still plays well. The light layers of hair around the temples and the sides of the face do not compete with the glasses, but on the contrary, highlight the knowledge and unique personality. Shags for gray and colored hair, both work surprisingly well. One amazing thing about this hairstyle is that it looks great on both natural gray and modern colored hair. If you have salt and pepper hair, the shag will make you look like a European fashion icon, natural, elegant, and extremely independent. If you are dyeing light brown, caramel or light highlights, the uneven layers of the shag will create visual depth, making the color more vibrant and trendy than ever. In other words, the shag is not fussy, it is like a best friend who always knows how to make you stand out no matter what style you choose. A few tips to keep the shag youthful and neat. Use a styling foam or sea salt spray to add volume and keep the hair naturally messy. Retrim every 6 to 8 weeks, no need to cut it short, just adjust the layers so that the ends are not too heavy. Pair it with curtain bangs or wispy bangs, they help cover your high forehead and soften your face. Don't curl it too evenly, leave it wavy or curl the ends for the best look. The shag is more than a hairstyle, it's a lifestyle. The shag is a reminder that you don't have to keep up with your youth, you just need to give yourself some breathing room, some space to listen to yourself and let loose. This hairstyle doesn't force you to be serious or classy all the time, it encourages you to be messy sometimes, a little spontaneous, and very honest with yourself. And just like when you decide to clean up your living space, cutting out old things that no longer serve you, the shag is a gentle but effective version of cleaning up your hair. Not too drastic, but enough to make you walk away with a light spirit and a heart full of new energy. 4. Blunt haircut to chin level, minimalist beauty with inner strength. There is a beauty that does not come from outstanding colors, nor from being fussy in style or showing off form. It is the beauty of clarity, of minimalism, of self-control, a beauty that women over 50 can possess convincingly and with charisma. And if there is a hairstyle that can fully embody that style, it is the blunt bob cut to chin level, combined with soft layers to maintain elegance but not too sharp. Blunt means cut straight, no layers. It sounds stiff, but in fact, when designed properly, this hairstyle is one of the best choices to evoke elegance and youthfulness for middle-aged women. No need to curl, no need to style elaborately, no need to force yourself to follow the trend. As long as you cut it right, all eyes will automatically stop at you. Blunt hair cut to chin level, effortless elegance. This hairstyle creates a sharp cut right at the chin level, helping to highlight the jawline and neck, details that are often overlooked but extremely attractive in mature women. Unlike long or layered hairstyles that easily obscure facial features, blunt bob is the perfect frame for the entire look. The simpler, the harder to refuse. Because it is not just a haircut, it is a statement. A neat, sharp hairstyle, but softened with light layers or a slightly curved tail hugging the chin to avoid a stiff feeling. This combination creates the perfect balance between personality and femininity, between strength and gentleness, like women who have gone through many years, no longer needing to scream to assert themselves, but just needing to be present. Why does the chin-length blunt bob make you look youthful and modern? It redefines the entire facial contour. When the hair is cut right at the chin, it creates a natural facelift effect. This feeling is like you have just had a gentle facelift, making the cheeks and jawline firmer, while cleverly hiding sagging or puffy cheeks. It makes thin hair look thick and healthy. One of the most valuable features of this hairstyle is that it helps create a feeling of fullness at the roots. Because the hair is cut to the same length, the ends will be locally thick, giving the feeling of strong, even-colored hair and less breakage. This is an ideal choice for those with weak, thinning or easily falling hair. It is extremely easy to care for and maintain. You don't need to style it every day, use a straightener, curling iron, or worry about losing shape. Just a round brush and a gentle blow dryer every morning is enough to keep your hair soft and shiny. It is suitable for all lifestyles. From going to work, going out on the weekend, to formal parties, blunt bob always makes you look elegant, professional without being old. This is a hairstyle that can go well with a vest, silk dress, or even jeans and a t-shirt. Who should try this hairstyle? Women with square, heart-shaped or round faces. This hairstyle helps balance the lines, creating the illusion of slimness and firmness. People with long necks or clear collarbones, cutting hair to the chin will help highlight the beautiful neck and slender shoulders, a special attraction of mature women. People who like neatness and simplicity, if you love a minimalist style, do not care much about your hair but still want to be neat, blunt bob is the perfect choice. And especially, if you wear glasses or often wear light makeup, this hairstyle will create a clear face frame, making your eyes stand out more and facial details such as lips and cheeks become brighter. Some tips to keep blunt bob beautiful from every angle. Recut every 5 to 6 weeks to keep the right chin length cut. This is a vital factor of the hairstyle. Moisturize your hair with a light shine serum or argan essential oil to create a natural shine. Blow dry the ends slightly inward every morning to create a contour that hugs the face, making the face softer and more feminine. Add some caramel, chestnut, or cool gray highlights to create depth, preventing the hair from looking flat and lifeless. Blunt bob, a confident silence. No need to say too much. No need to impress with bright colors or fancy styles. A woman walking into a room with a blunt bob, neat, elegant and in the right shape, is enough to make people turn their heads. That is the charm of someone who understands herself, knows what beauty is most suitable for her, and does not need to prove anything. Every step, every smile of yours at this time does not come from effort, but from a deep belief that you are the best version of yourself. Perhaps, this hairstyle is not for those who like to rebel. But it is the perfect choice for those who have rebelled, tried everything, and now just want to return to a rustic, steady and confident beauty. 5. Long layered hair combined with curtain bangs, naturally gentle, flowing and youthful. Not everyone is willing to give up long hair, especially when it has been with them for decades, as a part of their personal identity. For many women, long hair is gentle, a mark of femininity, something that carries memories of youth, times of braiding, tying bows, or even nights of curling hair in front of the mirror in silence. However, to keep long hair without feeling tired, out of date or older than your age, choosing the right haircut is of utmost importance. And long layered hair combined with curtain bangs is the perfect blend of classic charm and modern freshness. This hairstyle not only retains the soft length of the hair, but also breathes life into it with a gentle structure, graceful movements, and delicate bangs, helping women over 50 to both maintain their uniqueness and stay youthful in a completely natural way, not forced, not trying to cut the horns. When hair is not only graceful, but also temperament. Perhaps at the age of 30, 40, women care about how to make their hair beautiful, shiny, and outstanding. But when they turn 50, what is more important is, what can hair say about themselves? And with long hair cut into soft layers, combined with loose curtain bangs on both sides of the forehead, you are implicitly sending a message. I don't need to follow fashion, because I have found my own style. I still maintain my femininity, but I am no longer bound by the cliched definitions of beauty. I choose beauty that comes from comfort, naturalness, not forced. That is the true value that this hairstyle brings. Why is long layered hair combined with curtain bangs popular after the age of 50? It retains length but does not make the face pull down. This is the most common mistake when women have long hair in middle age. Thick, long and too straight hair makes the overall face heavy, creating a feeling of pulling down the jawbone, which often begins to sag slightly due to aging. Layers will divide the weight of the hair, help the hair fly more gently, create soft movement, lighten the face and brighten the neck, shoulders, and face. Curtain bangs, small details with great effects. Curtain bangs are not too short, do not cover the forehead like straight bangs, nor are they too split like classic middle bangs. It falls lightly on both sides of the forehead, hugging the cheekbones, both covering the thin hairline or slight wrinkles on the forehead, and drawing the gaze to the eyes. In particular, curtain bangs do not need to be trimmed regularly, are very easy to care for, and are still beautiful when they grow out, a huge advantage for those who do not have time to go to the salon continuously. Helps hair have natural volume without curling. The layers of hair are skillfully trimmed from the top of the head down to the tips, creating volume for the entire hair. Even when you just let your hair dry naturally, the layers still create flexible movement, helping the hair never be a heavy mass. Creates a neat, bright, and more vibrant feeling. Instead of leaving the hair at the same length, which makes the ends easily tangled, the layers help keep the hair close to the face in a moderate way, not thick, not messy. Combined with curtain bangs, your overall face will be much lighter and more vibrant. Who should try this hairstyle? Women with medium to thick hair, layers help reduce weight without losing volume. Women with oval, long or heart-shaped faces, curtain bangs create an accent, making the face less long and more balanced. Women with high foreheads or those starting to show slight wrinkles on the forehead, curtain bangs help cover it without weighing down the face. Women who still love long hair but want to be more modern and light. And the great thing is, this hairstyle is suitable for all situations, from going to work, going to a coffee shop, to attending a party or traveling. You just need to tie half of your head lightly, braid small strands or curl the ends lightly to have an extremely attractive look. Care tips to keep long layered hair light and full of life. Do not use too many styling products. Long layered hair needs to be naturally light, not framed. Regularly moisturize with a light oil, argan or jojoba, especially at the ends to avoid dryness. Blow dry the bangs with a round brush and move them out to create an open, bright, and fresh effect. Gently curl the ends of the hair with rollers or a large curling iron. Do not hold for too long, just enough to create a soft movement. Trim the layers and bangs every 8 weeks to keep the natural shape and avoid losing shape. This hair does not need to prove anything, because it is beautiful in its own way. No longer at the age of having to prove that you are fashionable. No longer have to ask, do others think I am beautiful? Now, what women need is the confidence to look in the mirror and smile. Not because they look like someone else, but because they are complete with themselves. Long layered hair with curtain bangs is a gentle but powerful choice. It doesn't scream, it doesn't flash too brightly, it whispers that you're old enough to choose gentleness as your weapon. That youth is not about age. 6. Neat hair, high nape, confident beauty from simplicity. After the age of 60, beauty is no longer a competition. It is not an attempt to look younger, to be fashionable, or to impress others. Beauty at this time is the liberation from old standards, the pride of living true to yourself, and the temperament that does not need to be embellished to make others admire. That is why, the neat hairstyle, cut close to the nape with the top part styled gently, fluffy and modern, likened to an improved pixie or soft crop cut, is becoming the perfect choice for women entering the new decade of their lives. No frills, no complications, this hairstyle highlights the face, helps you look radiant, while maintaining a soft, feminine look without overpowering the experienced maturity. When minimalism becomes a sign of class. Short hair with a high nape is nothing new. But what makes it special is the way it solves many of the hidden pains of older women in just one cut. Reduces the pressure of daily hair care. Creates a cool feeling for the scalp, especially in the hot season. Conceals thin, sparse, or falling hair. Lightens the neck, chin, and cheekbones, which often become lost over time. It's like you're taking off the heavy coat that long hair used to bring, in exchange for a new look, bright, light, and extremely free. High nape hair, timeless, unlimited hairstyle. The most characteristic feature of this hairstyle is that the nape is cut short, but the top and sides are still kept relatively long to create a shape. Thanks to that, the hair is not masculine, but still retains a soft, supple look, suitable for both small, angular, or round faces. The bangs can be left longer, hugging the forehead, or gently swept to the side like an open curtain, helping to cover the high forehead, creating an accent for the eyes and giving the face depth. For those with naturally gray hair, this hairstyle makes the gray color an elegant highlight, full of European quality. Whether you are a retired teacher, a successful businesswoman, or simply a woman who loves beauty in her own way, this hairstyle can highlight the temperament you are carrying. The reason this hairstyle is the true love of women over 60. Conceals scalp defects, thin and sparse hair. At this age, hormonal changes lead to hair loss in small patches, especially at the top of the head. With this hairstyle, the layers of hair are lightly stacked at the top of the head to create a virtual volume effect, making the hair look thicker without the need for chemicals or daily styling. Neat, airy scalp and extremely convenient. No more tiring mornings because of having to blow dry, brush, curl or worry about tangled hair. You only need a little wax or styling spray and your hair will naturally fall into place. For people who often exercise, travel, or live in hot areas, this hairstyle is truly a liberating gift. Highlighting the neck, shoulders, and face. When the hair no longer covers the entire neck and chin, this area of skin will become brighter and firmer visually. The cheekbones will be clearly visible, the jawline will be sharp, thereby bringing a natural rejuvenation effect without surgery. Extremely suitable for gray or salt and pepper hair. This hairstyle does not require you to dye it black or artificially rejuvenate. On the contrary, it celebrates silver as a fashion statement. Silver hair in this hairstyle brings a high-fashion feeling, luxurious, clean, and extremely modern. Who should choose this hairstyle? People with thin hair, a lot of hair loss or bald spots. People who are tired of styling every day or want to cut it off. People with small, long, oval or round faces are all suitable, just cut it to the right shape. Women who want to lightly transform, but still maintain a mature, dignified aura. Tips to keep your hairstyle sharp and youthful. Recut every 4 to 6 weeks to maintain sharpness at the nape and crown. Use a light. Looking back at each hairstyle we've gone through together, from the elegant layered bob, the edgy pixie, the lively shag, the neat blunt cut, to the soft long hair or the gentle pixie for 60-somethings, one thing is clear: beauty no longer comes from trying to look younger, but from shining in your own way. Each hairstyle is a journey. It's not just about changing your appearance, but about touching your own self, deciding, I deserve to feel confident, radiant, and happy, no matter how old I am. And it starts very simply, with a mirror, a haircut, and a decision. I want to change, not to please anyone, but to be true to myself. When we're young, we often choose hairstyles to impress, to be fashionable, to be admired. But after going through the ups and downs, the years of loss, love, hope and brokenness, we choose a hairstyle to be ourselves, to feel comfortable every morning when we wake up, so that when we look in the mirror we can say to ourselves, yes, I'm fine today. And that hairstyle, whether it's a gentle bob or a neat pixie, is also a silent but powerful declaration: I don't need to be like anyone else. I just need to feel like I'm living up to what I believe is beautiful. Because beauty is no longer about sharp features, outstanding hair color, or a gorgeous style. Beauty is when you step out with a calm spirit, a gentle enough smile, a gentle touch of hair, and make others think, that woman is so peaceful. Each hairstyle in the previous chapters is not imposed. On the contrary, they were born to serve you, to blend into you, to honor the unique qualities that you have forged over the years. Not every hairstyle suits everyone. But there is definitely one that is for you, one that, once you get it, you don't have to try, you don't have to style it, you just have to be yourself, and it will shine with you. You may be asking yourself, does short hair suit me? Does a bob make me look rounder? Am I brave enough to try a pixie or a shag? The answer lies in one thing: do you want to feel more alive? Because when you choose the right hairstyle, you don't just change the outside, you open a new door inside. A window to let the light in. A breath of air to let your ego breathe. A step for you to slowly say goodbye to shyness and hesitation, and start welcoming a new version, not younger, but more confident. Not trying, but more attractive. You don't have to be like anyone else. You don't have to conform to the standards someone set for women after 50. And you don't have to ask anyone's permission to be beautiful. You just need to allow yourself to change, to try, to refresh, to lighten up, and to love yourself again.